is singing the hymns. He's trying to get
Let's go! 10K challenge, babe. Finally doing a challenge on this channel, and I want you guys to hop in for the ride. We're gonna do a series throughout this channel, multi-part. Okay, we're gonna be doing this for weeks, potentially months, but the goal is to go from $500 to 10K, baby. Let's get it. Before I get started, guys, smash that like button. Feel free to subscribe as well if you want to tag along for the journey, and of course hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date. Now, as part of this challenge, I'm going to be bringing in a guest. His name is Finance Finn. Go check out his YouTube channel, up and coming YouTuber, and he's got you covered on a lot of things that people tend to overlook, right? He'll get you covered on topics related to stock trading, the stock market as a whole. I highly encourage to go check out his channel, and again, he will be a part of this challenge. Now, I know you guys are getting that stimulus check soon, so maybe let's take a portion of that and jumping into this challenge. Full transparency, guys, we're not experts, okay? But part of this challenge is let's see if we can do it, right? Hence the word challenge. So along the way, we're gonna keep you guys up to date. We're gonna show you what stocks we're trading. We're gonna talk about some entry points, some lessons learned. But again, on top of that, we wanna make sure that we're learning as we go, right? Again, we're not experts, but we're all trying to become experts. So hop on in with us, guys. Let's start with something small, something feasible. Let's lay out some of the ground rules. So some of the rules we're going to, hold to ourselves, at least between me and Finn, is going to be no margin. Okay, so essentially that means, if our accounts we're not doing well in the challenge or whatever it is, regardless of what it is, or even if we are doing well, the whole plan with that is just to not keep adding funds to it, okay? It's kind of cheating, right? We want to stick with the amount that we start with so that you can truly see the progression of the account. We also have some rules such as like different sectors we don't want to trade in, right? So one of them we identified is like no cannabis stocks, right? Not a lot of like meme stocks, right? So short squeezes. All right, guys, so with that, right, we have a baseline of what the challenge is, right? We understand the rules and the guidance. Let's talk about the overall flow. So essentially we're gonna keep you guys up to date at least once a week. So every Saturday is the plan right now, but what we plan on doing, we're gonna kick off each video by just kind of giving you guys an update, right? We're gonna talk about the stocks we're watching as of last week. We're gonna talk about the stocks we're watching going forward. We're gonna talk about some key trades that we made, some entry and exit points, why we made them, right? We're not gonna get too crazy, but we're gonna try to highlight the ones that were most significant relating to last week, talk about why we did that, so you guys can actually learn along the way, right? Again, we're not experts, so any failures we have or success, we're gonna try to learn off that and then relay that information right back to you guys. So again, the whole point of this challenge is to one, right, challenge ourselves to see if we can do it, and two, make sure that we learn and you guys learn.
All right, so that was a great introduction, 9 to 5. We are actually going to be using Webull, which is a trading platform that offers commission-free trading throughout this challenge, opposed to Thinkorswim or like Fidelity or E-Trade. We actually picked this platform over Robinhood because they have had some problems with the app. And they've been crashing a lot, so we're going to be using Webull. They also offer more indicators like the MACD or the RSI, which is going to allow us to make more intelligent plays and also learn more from this experience. Another reason we're picking Webull is they allow us to use cash accounts, which is better than a margin account because we can do unlimited day trades. The reason there's day trade restriction is because the US government doesn't want people losing their money, so they have a $25,000 minimum in margin accounts, but there's no minimum in cash accounts. So you can make as many day trades as you want in a cash account. Downside is though that you have to wait 1 day for the funds to settle. So you can't use the dollar that you trade twice, if that makes sense. So if you buy, let's say if I put my entire port on Apple, I can't, now if I buy and sell Apple in 1 day, I can do that, but I can't trade after that because I don't have any more money, right? In a margin account, you could do up to 3-day trades on margin, right? Because the cash settles and then you trade on margin. But in a cash account, that is not possible. So we're using a cash account, right, to stay away from margin and do as many day trades as we want. But obviously, the money is what we have in the account and no margin will be used.
Moon Gang!
So let's talk about the watch list, or my watch list for this upcoming week. I'm looking at companies like NIO. NIO's one of my top picks for this week. They're currently trading at the 45.30 level, and they are having a lot of interesting announcements and rumors. So I think that's definitely an interesting one from the fundamentals and the technical analysis. As you guys can see in 9 to 5's videos, company is great, and I think it's a great long-term investment and also a great investment for this challenge. So it's definitely going to be one of the ones I'm going to be looking at and also potentially investing in next week. So for number 2, I have Apple. So Apple is a very low risk play, but I think that we could potentially see a 30% bounce. Currently we're trading at a 21.03 level, and I think we could see this going up to $140, so that's a $20 gain. I don't think anything too crazy is going to happen with this, but I think this is definitely a good, place to potentially hold money if we don't have any good trading opportunities. I just think it's a good, put money in all the time play, unless obviously it hits the 140 range. Another good trade I think is potentially defense. Defense is currently, the ticker symbol DFEN, is currently trading at 22.34, and after hours they were up. Potentially, if this drops into the lower teens or mid-teens, I might potentially get in on this trade. This trade, if I hold this out long enough, I think it could go all the way up to pre-COVID highs of $70. So I think that could be a significant increase on the portfolio. So huge potential there. They're an ETF that is invested in Boeing, Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, and also other smaller defense companies. So there's huge potential there as well. In addition to that, I'm also going to be investing or looking at the Moon Index, ticker symbol Moon, because
Moon Gang!
And this is innovative technology combined into one fund, so that you don't have to look out, or this is also potentially private companies that you can get into before they have an IPO. So it's potentially very lucrative. Companies like Plug Power, they're public. Nano Dimensions are also public, but there's plenty of other opportunities that are in this fund that you can't get into unless you're invested in Moon. So I think it's a great opportunity, and I could definitely see myself investing into this next week. Last but not least, CCIB, or Churchill Capital, also known as Lucid Motors. Currently they are trading at 26.77. They are currently on my watch list for next week. I could potentially see myself entering if they drop into the lower 20s. And I see this potentially going all the way up to $30 to $40 in the next couple weeks. This has potential, but obviously there's a lot of hype around the stock, so the price fluctuations might be severe. I don't know, I might potentially stay away from this one for next week, but I'm definitely going to be keeping it on my watch list and observing it very closely. Might play it, might not. We'll see.
All right, guys, here is my watch list. So I'm watching, mine's a little more aggressive, okay? But I'm also a savage. Let's talk through it. So ENTX is at the top of my list here. I'm trading that one. This thing is parabolic as hell. This is obviously a high risk play. It's like the top 3 most traded stock on the market right now. I think I can scalp some of that momentum going into the beginning of next week. We'll see what can happen. Okay, a lot more riskier of a play. Next one I got is NEO, of course. Let's go, baby. NEO. Of course it's in here, man. You crazy? We got NEO in there. That is the next one I'll be watching, okay? And the thing I like about a lot of these stocks that I have too as I'm going through them is that they're fairly low price, okay? So again, with NEO, right, I've done my due diligence on that. I feel confident about that stock. So while I'm watching it, again, we're starting to see a lot more news flood in as well. And then either way, I believe in its long-term appreciation. So I think it's a good stock to always play. Next one, we got Zomedica. So ticker symbol ZOM. I'm going to be watching them as well just because they've been receiving a lot of volume lately. Of course, I'm going to do a little bit more follow-up due diligence, but from a technical standpoint, it's looking like it's approaching a potential massive breakout soon. So again, guys, it's not that I have a whole lot of DD on these. I'm just going in very aggressively looking at the technicals, and then fundamentals will follow. Next one I have is SOS. Same thing, different day there, right? It's been trading at a high volume. It's essentially a penny stock. So again, my watch list is a lot more aggressive, and we'll see what happens next week, right? I'll probably be there's a potential I could have a lot more red on my account versus Fins. But again, that's part of the lesson we're going to take, right? We're going to give you 2 diversified sample sizes, right? He has more of the conservative, more secured, bigger companies, right? So let's see what happens with that. And then I'm going super aggressive. So maybe it turns super red or super green. Either way, let's give you guys a little bit of diversity with this challenge here. So SOS is my next one. And then I want to tail off with Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR. I really like Palantir. My wife Kathy Wood is in shit heavy, and I'm gonna get into it heavy as well. I kind of look at Palantir a little more secure like Neo. Okay, I understand the company more from a fundamental and technical standpoint. So, you know, I feel really good about that move. So I feel really good about the progression of that company. And it just, you know, I feel a lot more secure about entering and exiting into trades for that company. So those are my 5 stocks that I'll be watching all next week. And that's what I'm looking to trade. All right, guys, so that is going to be the 10K challenge. Let's get after it, guys. It's gonna be super exciting, right? But again, guys, the whole intent with this is so you guys can learn. And we also tried to make it, you know, more transparent with you, right? We're not experts ourselves. And then on top of that, we started with a reasonable amount, which is $500. Now I get some of you can't afford that and whatever, but we do know that stimulus checks are coming in, right? So is this a good opportunity to potentially get into stock trading? And you don't have to trade with $500, right? Conceptually, you guys can learn a lot of the same things and start with $100. But we want to start at a lower tier so you can see how realistic it is to be growing with that small of an account size, right? A lot of the YouTubers you watch, I got thousands of dollars. Oh, I made $500 today.
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here.
Right, so let's be realistic with this, and that transparency I think will be there for you guys. So hopefully you guys stick along. Again, we'll keep you up to date every week. Let's get after it, babe. And feel free to subscribe as well and turn on that notification bell, of course, so you guys can stay up to date. And be sure, of course, to check out Finance Finn's YouTube channel. Okay, guys, he's a phenomenal YouTuber. I just want people to grow through this community. And Finn, again, he did a good job of reaching out to me. We've been helping each other with some things, and that's why I want to bring him along with this challenge. So be sure to check out his channel. So there you have it, guys. Let's see what happens, and happy trading.